morning and welcome back to Stitched Up Weekender episode 5, and it's also the sewing weekender this weekend as well, so I thought I would film my weekend. Hope you're all well and had a really good week. It's been gorgeous weather in the UK, although I've been working all week, but I am heading off to work again this morning. It's my Saturday morning to do extended access, which I've mentioned before, so I'm just heading off to do that for about 3 hours, which is all it is, so it's not too bad. And then I'll be going home and joining in with the sewing weekender. So I have bought my ticket, and it's not something I've participated in before, because I think prior to last year it was actually a physical weekend event, and obviously there was a limit on tickets and they sold out really quickly, and I think that was the first time that they'd held it. It was down in Cambridge, which is quite a distance for me. It's about 3 hours, so it wasn't something that I participated in at that point. But last year it was held virtually because of the pandemic, and again this year. So Judi and I decided that we would both join it this year, because tomorrow, we can't today, but tomorrow we're going to get together, and I'm going to Judy's. I'm taking my sewing machine. We're having a sewing day together. So I thought I'd film some of that as well, because I thought you'd be quite interested in that. What we're going to do is we're going to watch some of the sewing weekender together, and we are going to sew something. We have bought the Maison Fauve sewing box, which I will show you when I get home, which comes with a choice of different fabrics and a pattern for a really lovely top actually, and then all the notions that you need as well. So it has interfacing, it has thread, it has even sewing machine needles with it. It's really lovely actually. The only issue with it is that the shipping is very expensive, because it comes from France and they send it by FedEx, so it does come very quickly, but it's an extra cost element. So, but apart from that, it's lovely. I got mine. We've both got different fabrics, but the same pattern. So I need to trace that out this afternoon and pre-wash my fabric. But I'll show you the box when I get home, and so that's going to be really exciting. So we're going to have a watch of the sewing weekender together tomorrow. So today, my plan, apart from that, is to obviously get work out of the way this morning. And then this dress, what I'm wearing, is a ready-to-wear dress. It's a dress from Next that I got in the sale a couple of years ago now, and I absolutely love it. I will show you probably when I've finished work later, but it's linen. It's a really soft brick red linen, and it's got buttons all the way down the front, and it's got a big slit in it as well. It's maxi length, and it's got a tie belt, and it's just very simple, but it's really lovely. And I'm sort of thinking about doing my own pattern from this and remaking it in another fabric, because I love wearing this dress so much at this time of year that I just think it'd be so nice to recreate it. And I've never done that before. I've never made a pattern from a ready-to-wear garment before, but I know that lots of people have done that. The ones that I've seen generally have been much simpler things, like tracing around a t-shirt and that kind of thing, but obviously this is a little bit more complex. But with it being a simple design, I'm thinking that it should be okay. So I'm going to have a go at it, and I'll use probably a viscose. I think a viscose would be nice, but I'll use a sort of inexpensive viscose that I'm not too bothered about if it doesn't work first time, before I, you know, cut into one of my more expensive viscoses. So I'm thinking about having a go at that. And I've been working on the 8577 as well, because I bought some really lovely flamingo fabric. I'm not sure if I mentioned it in my last vlog actually, but I bought it from Stitch Fabrics, and it's beautiful. I think I mentioned that this, you know, obviously you guys know that I adore flamingos, but I think I mentioned that there are a lot of flamingo prints that don't float my boat. But when I saw this one, I loved it. Now, Stitch Fabrics described this on their website as cotton fabric, and the picture on the website certainly looks like cotton. £8 a metre, so I bought 5 metres of it to make the 8577. However, when it arrived, it is really drapey. It is not a cotton, it's not cotton lawn, and I've done the burn test, and it's definitely a natural fabric because it flames, it doesn't melt, and even the selvage is not what you would see on a cotton fabric. I will show you the remnants of it when I get home. Well, I'll show you the dress actually, but it feels very much like, you know, the sand washed silk. You know, you've got that sanded texture, that sort of powdery texture to sand washed silk that has that matte finish. It feels like a sand washed silk to me, and I'm absolutely convinced that's what it is. So yeah, and it also, you know, I mean, it is opaque, but it doesn't even look the same base fabric as what was on the website. So, because on the website it does look like cotton, but this is not cotton, definitely not. So obviously the 8577 isn't supposed to be made with a fabric like that, and also this fabric has a border to it as well, which the skirt pieces on the 8577 are basically like huge circle skirts. So you can't use a bottom print, a border print on a circle skirt, unless you panelled it, because obviously it would totally interrupt the border. So I've had to create, I don't like to use the word draft my own, because it literally is just two panels of the border printed fabric that I've just sewn together. So I can't really say that's drafting. And yeah, so it's turned it into a sort of gathered waistband long maxi 8577 rather than sticking to the original design with the original bodice on, and it's working okay, and I think it will work with the fabric. I've still lined it because this fabric is very, very lightweight, which again makes me think it's silk, so it definitely needed lining. And yeah, I'm hoping to get that finished this weekend as well. So yes, my plan is to finish that this afternoon. I want to have another play with my cover stitch machine as well, because I made an Adrienne blouse the other night. I got that sewn up literally in an hour, just to, you know, have another practice with it, and yeah, it's just amazing. It really is amazing. So I'd like to have another play with that as well. And I've just seen Lisa, who is and So On. She's just made well, she put a picture on Instagram of a Adrienne blouse dress that she made, and it's not the actual Adrienne dress that Friday Pattern Company released, because I think that was in a woven fabric. She has basically just elongated the Adrienne blouse, the jersey version, and made a dress version of it in a viscose jersey, and it looks fantastic. So I might have a little go at that actually, because I've got loads of those lighter weight jerseys in my stash that would work with. So yeah, I think I might have a go at that, and to make an Adrienne dress sort of just with the knee. I think that would be quite nice, so we'll see anyway. Right, I'm going to sign off for now, because I've just been chatting to you for almost 9 minutes already, and it's going to be a packed weekend. I'm hoping to go for a run tonight. Judy came over last night. We had pizza in the garden, put the fire pit on, my new fire pit's come, which I'll show you later. It was lovely, and my new solar lanterns that I got from Fairy Dusk Lights as well. I did put a picture of them on my stories last night, and they are beautiful. They're so lovely. In fact, they're so lovely, I've ordered another one to hang from my pergola at the side of the house. So the patio is really coming together now. It's starting to look lovely, but I still want more plants and bits and pieces on there to sort of finish it off, because it's just looking so nice. So I'm going to sign off for now, and yeah, I'll see you when I get home later. Right, oh, hair problems. I'm back from work Saturday afternoon, and I am wearing the almost finished 8577. So it is a little bit too tight on the bust. I think the problem is it's not too tight, it feels fine, it's just that I've not got the button on my full bust point, so I've put the buttons where the pattern tells you for it to be, and I need one there. That's the issue. So I think I'm probably going to have to put a press stud there, because if I put another button and buttonhole there now, it's going to offset the buttons. These buttons, I'll just show you, are from Pigeon Wishes, and I think they go really well. But yeah, can you just see there's just a bit of pulling there, so I need a bit of a press stud there. But I'll put you down and I'll show you. It still needs to be hemmed. Right, so hopefully you saw that. Anyway, what I need to do is hem it now. So I'm going to put a little press stud there, I think, which will probably annoy me, but yeah, it needs hemming. Do love this fabric. I think it's beautiful. It is fully lined, and I've used bias binding to edge the facing for the that goes onto the lining, that creates the band down the middle. As I say, I haven't been able to use the original skirt pattern pieces for this dress because it's a border print. So I've used obviously the border across my middle here. I did the size 10 top and waist, and then graded out to a 12. Well, I'm saying a 12 at the hip. I haven't graded out at all because I've just created the skirt from 2 rectangular pieces of fabric, and I'm going to just hem the border. But I do like it. As I say, I'm just going to have a little press stud there just so it holds that closed. But otherwise, it's a really nice pattern. So yeah. But it's actually a bit too warm to wear this at the minute. Well, I think it is anyway, because I am roasting. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little pin on where I want the press stud to be, and then I will get that sewn on, and then I'm going to try it on again and see how it looks. Okay, so it's finished, and I've put the press studs on, so it fits me really well now, and I'm not going to be gaping, which is good. I might just move the buttons over at some point, but you know, it's one of those things, isn't it, when you've made something, you can't be bothered to then go in and change it. But I'm going to put you down. I've hemmed it. I'm really happy with it. So there we go. Yeah, it's all hemmed now, and I didn't put any pockets in this because I would have had to have put side seam pockets in, and I don't like that look on me because I just think it just adds too much bulk. I'll just move my Crocs out of the way because Piper's been chewing them. But I'm hoping, in fact, you might be a little bit wonky, but hopefully you can see. But I really like it. I think it looks nice with a little gathered skirt on. So it's sort of midi length on me, and because I wanted to obviously make use of the panels, so I could only go to this length anyway. But I am really happy with it. Yeah, it's nice. So I think it's going to be nice to wear this time of year, and it's nice and floaty. I do have some room to eat, which is always a good thing. I've got plenty of room in the waist, to be honest. It's just across the bust it's a little bit fitted, but I think it's okay. So yeah, my first flamingo dress. I just have to show you Piper. So this is Vi Morana's. Good morning, it's Sunday, and I didn't end up filming anything else yesterday. I hope you are enjoying the Sewing Weekender if you have been watching it. I finished off the 8577 yesterday, as you saw, whilst watching some of the podcasts and vlogs as well that some of the contributors have done, which was really interesting. So today I am heading to Judy's, and I don't know if you can just see about there, I've got my sewing machine in the boot, so we're having a sewing day together, which is just lovely. I am so looking forward to it. it is super, super warm. It's only, I don't know what time are we on, 9:30, and it's 21 degrees already. We just don't get this kind of heat in the UK for this kind of time. It's just bonkers to be this warm at this time of day. But anyway, I'm a little bit worried about Piper. Well, I was going to go for a run last night, and because, oh, I haven't told you, I've got loads to tell you. Isaac's got a job, which I'm absolutely thrilled for him. I mean, he's going to uni in September, and he finished college a few weeks ago. And basically, like most 18-year-olds that finish college, he spent the last few weeks just lazing about the house, generally in his bedroom, gaming, and not doing much else really. And I sort of put my foot down a little bit at the beginning of the week, because when he goes off to uni in September, we are going to have to support him financially to a fairly large degree. And I basically said to him at the beginning of the week, look, when I went off to uni when I was 18, I got a little job a few months beforehand to try and save some money, and you know, he's had a bit of a break from college now. He needs to be looking for a little job, a little casual job where he can just earn a little bit of money and hopefully save some towards uni. So he agreed with me, and lo and behold, literally 2 days later, he's got himself a job at a bar in the next village to us. So he started working there on Thursday evening, and he was there last night. He's there again this afternoon. He's not looking forward to this afternoon because it's the football and it's going to be busy. So yeah, so he's on a really good wage as well, to be honest. I'm really surprised how much they're paying him, but anyway, that's really cool. But so last night when he was at work, obviously Martin and I were on our own, and it was a bit odd, I'll be honest. I'm still getting used to obviously the fact that my baby is now 18. He's not like any other 18-year-old that I know, if I'm perfectly honest. And he's certainly not like I was at 18. He's still very young, and he was at work last night, so we decided to have a walk to a pub ourselves, not the one where he's working, we're not that cruel. And yeah, we went to a pub in the, when I say the next village, it's like a hamlet that's literally next to our village. It's a 10-minute walk, and while we've been on lockdown, the owners of this pub have done it all out. It's beautiful, really lovely, lovely garden. So we were sat in the garden, the beer garden, just with a drink in the sunshine, early evening sunshine. It was just beautiful. So we went for a little walk last night. I was going to go for a run, but obviously I'd had a G&T, so that didn't happen. And I decided last night I was going to go for a run first thing this morning, but then we had a really bad night with Piper. He was up, he got us up 4 times during the night needing to go to the loo, which is not like him. And then it ended up, I think about 5:45. Martin got up with him because Martin's at work this morning, and he'd been sick in his crate, which again is not like him. And I couldn't get up, I was so tired, but I got up about 8 o'clock, came downstairs. Martin's left me a note, which is when I found out that he'd been sick in his crate, and he's really subdued. He's not touched his breakfast. He's okay, he's not been sick since, and he's really calm, which is not like Piper when you first see him, because Weimaraner's are real bouncy, and he was just totally calm, and he's just laying on the sofa. I mean, he does get off the sofa, he's come upstairs when I've got dressed, etc. But yeah, I'm a little bit concerned about him because it's not like him. So I mean, we took him for a walk late last night when we'd got back from the pub, and he was absolutely fine on the walk. He was really bouncy on the walk, his usual self. And then overnight, and he didn't eat anything on the walk last night, because obviously Weimaraners have really sensitive stomachs, so they can eat the slightest thing and it make them, you know, give him a bit of gastric upset. But he didn't eat anything on the walk last night. We're always really careful with that. So I don't know what's the matter with him, but he's not touched his breakfast, which is not like him. So I've left him at home with Isaac supervising. Martin's home at lunchtime anyway, and then obviously Isaac will be going to work, and I'm at Judy's for the day. So yeah, we're going to be sewing, and we're going to be taking part in the sewing weekend day 2 while we're sewing. We're both sewing exactly the same thing but in different fabrics. So we've done this specially. It's going to be really good actually, and I will show you when we get there, because I've just cut out my fabric this morning. I traced off my pattern pieces last night and cut the fabric out this morning, and I've made a massive error. I was so angry because this pattern and fabric has come from France, so it's not something that's easily replaced. I think I mentioned it yesterday, didn't I? It's a Maison Fauve sewing box, and the front pattern piece I needed to cut on the fold, and I placed it on the fold, well, almost on the fold. I don't know what I was thinking, and then I started cutting up the centre front and did about a good 1.5 inches, and then realised that actually that piece should be on the fold. So I had to recut that piece out, but both the back and the front are on the fold, and that meant that I didn't then have enough fabric left to recut the front piece on the fold. So I've had to, I was so angry because I got, with this sewing box you get 1.5 meters of fabric, which actually is more than enough for the pattern that we're making, absolutely more than enough. In fact, I probably could have got another little Ogden cami out of the remnants if I'd have cut it out properly and not made that massive error. But it's meant that I've had to create a centre front seam. I'm going to have to create a centre front seam. I was so annoyed, and because of the pattern on the fabric, I've tried my best to be able to pattern match it, but I didn't have enough left to really work with the pattern, if that makes sense. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I've done it okay and it's going to be more or less invisible. I don't want to make a feature of the centre front seam because there's a big feature of the back of this pattern, so the front of the pattern needs to be plain really. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that it's going to work and it's going to look okay. So yeah, I'm really annoyed at myself for that, but you know, we all do it, don't we? It's not the first time I've done it, and probably won't be the last either. Today I am wearing my absolute favourite dress that I've ever made, apart from the maid of honour dress that I made for my dad's wedding a few years ago. But this dress I made probably about 5 years ago now, and I don't wear it much, only because I made it when Bronte had left home, and I know I've sort of briefly touched on it before, but Bronte left home at 18, and it was a very difficult time when she left home. She did it on a bit of a whim and we didn't know about it, and she went down to see her boyfriend who lived in Leicester, boyfriend at the time, and basically she'd only gone for the weekend as far as we were aware, but she didn't come back, and she was at college at the time up here in York, and it was a bit of a, yeah, it was a really difficult time, and I became quite unwell at the time mentally over it, because it massively strained our relationship for a while, and I lost a lot of weight, and I think I'd only been vlogging about a year at the time, so some of my earlier vlogs I lost an enormous amount of weight, got very, very thin just through worry and ill health really, and I made this dress at the time, and since then it's, you know, me and Bronte are absolutely fine now, and things, you know, our relationship's fantastic, as I'm sure you've seen. But I think I've not been able to fit in this dress very often because I made it when I was at my thinnest before, and it's not very often that it fits me, because it's not very often that I stay that kind of weight. But you know, I lost weight, as you know, last year, and I don't really want to go, I'm not going to talk a lot about that, because I know for a lot of people it's a difficult subject that they don't want to talk about, so I totally understand that. But this dress, I thought I would try it on today. I thought it'd be nice to wear it today. It's a beautiful sunny day, and I was sorting out all my summer clothes and my winter clothes earlier last week and dug this dress out because I love it. It's a Lady McElroy print, cotton lawn, and I don't think they do this print anymore, and it probably is my absolute favourite print of theirs. I bought this fabric from Fabric Godmother. It was the first purchase that I made from Fabric Godmother, and I made this dress out of it, and it's a simplicity pattern, I think. I can't remember which one, but I will dig it out of my stash and I'll put a picture of it here. And I thought I would wear this today. So I haven't tried it on actually for a couple of years because I've not been able to fit into it for at least 3 years, but it fits me fine. So I absolutely love it. It's got a yoke on the back, sleeveless as you can see, and it has gathers into the yoke at the top here. It's got a midriff section and then a gathered long skirt. You can make it different lengths. I made this maxi length, and as I say, I don't wear it very often because it doesn't fit me, but now it fits me again. I can wear it, and with it being cotton lawn, it'll be lovely and breezy today for this heat that we've got. And yeah, I absolutely love this print. I mean, I love the Savannah print by Lady McElroy. That's probably one of my favourites, but I think this clinches it for me, this one. I just think it's beautiful. But yeah, I've not seen them print this print for a long time, so if they do it again, I probably would love to get it on a viscose. I think I'd have to just bulk buy it to keep it because it's just so lovely. So yeah, that's another 12 minutes of waffle. I am heading to Judy's. We're looking forward to seeing her. She's been for a run this morning. My original plan was to get up early this morning because I didn't go last night. I was going to get up with Martin and go for a run this morning before I went to Judy's, but I was just so exhausted with being up most of the night that just couldn't happen this morning. So I have only run once this week, well, twice. Well, once really, because I can't really count the run I did with Judy on Friday night because we only ran a little bit and then we walked the rest of it, to be fair, because it was so hot. So I've only run once this week, which is not like me, and yeah, I'm not going to run today either. So right, I'm going to turn you off and we'll next catch up when I get to Judy's. Hello, Judy.
Hello, sewing weekenders. I'm trying to get into a Zoom room.
Yes, I'm at Judy's, if you hadn't already guessed, and Judy's not cut out her fabric yet. Have you traced the pattern yet, Judy?
Of course.
No, she's not even traced a pattern. So yeah, we've got a fair bit to do.
Right, here we go. I've got Astrid here.
Are they working?
I've got Astrid, right, okay. Astrid's there, so she'll be expecting me. I think we said room 3. Rename. Okay, what should we be?
Hey, her age, I can ask my daughter.
Yeah, that must be nice.
Are you on screen?
Do you want to try?
Yeah.
10th year old?
Well, I hope to be.
Are we having strawberries? There's a Judy there somewhere. Judy has cut her pattern pieces out now, so she's ready to start sewing, which is the exciting bit. I have already been unpicking because I put the pleats on the back piece in the wrong place, so I've had to unpick all that and restart, that's over there. I'll show you that in a little while. So I have I'm getting there actually. I've decided to French seam it all because I just think it will be fine, but it's quite difficult because the seam allowance is only a centimetre, but it is a oversized top this anyway. It's got a lot of ease in it, so I'm sure it'll be fine. So my front pattern piece, as I mentioned earlier, I have had to stitch it down a centre front seam. You can just see that there, but hopefully from a distance it will blend in and you won't really notice it. So, but there's nothing else I can do. It just is what it is. I have attached the yokes to the front piece, which are there, and I have sewn the facing, which is here, so the front and back facing. So the next step is to attach that right sides together. Oh gosh, there we go, right sides together, you get the idea. And I will just show you the pleats on the back. They're done really nicely actually. So hopefully, I don't know if you're going to see them there, but basically what you do is you fold them wrong sides together, you stitch by 1/2 centimetre from the folded edge. So I just pressed that first, and then you stitch where the notches are, which is about 4 centimetres away, and you do that on both sides, and then you press the pleats towards the centre So that's what I've done there.
That gives you the double effect, the tram line. Oh, sorry.
No, no.
It's the tram line effect.
It does, yeah. So it's going to look really, really pretty.
Don't need someone to save me, no, and don't come running to blame me. From miles away I can tell that something's off. The way you look and how you pause when you talk, I think I said enough. You said your love for me something brand new. You said this is something you would never do. Here we are in your car, let me see who you are, who you really are, yeah. Don't need you here to say you're sorry, 'cause if you're gonna leave me then just do it. Don't take it slow, don't be gentle, no, I just gotta know. If you're gonna leave me then just do it. Let's be honest for a second, yeah. You're being over your head, babe, 'cause there is no one other than me that can make you feel the way you feel when I hold you. I think I said enough. You said your love for me something brand new. You said this is something you would never do. Here we are in your car, let me see who you are, who you really are, yeah. Don't need you here to say you're sorry, 'cause if you're gonna leave me then just do it. Don't take it slow, don't be gentle, no, I just gotta know. If you're gonna leave me then just do it. Just do it. Don't need you here to say you're sorry, 'cause if you're gonna leave me then just do it. Don't take it slow, don't be gentle, no, I just gotta know. If you're gonna leave me then just do it.
And we're done. So my top is done. Judi, let me just turn you around a little bit. Obviously I'm trying it on over my dress, so because I don't have anything else to try it on with while I'm at Judi's, but it is very oversized. I've made the size 1, which is the second smallest size, and yeah, there's loads of room in here, but it's really pretty. I don't know if you can see the back tie, it's not easy to see it in over a dress, and the little pleats in the back, which are really pretty. But I think with my white shorts and white linen trousers, jeans, it'll look really pretty with. So Judi is still working away there. She's working on the pleats, aren't you, Judi?
No, I'm just about to put the two bits together.
Ah. But it's fairly straightforward, to be fair, apart from the fact that I forgot to put the rouleau loops in, so I had to unpick the back facing and put those in, but they're done now.
The instructions are not Damien friendly.
They're not Rachel friendly either, to be fair, because I wasn't reading them. I was just doing my own thing.
Damien would not be able to make it.
No, Damien wouldn't. Damien wouldn't.
Bless him.
Right, so I am now heading off home. I've just loaded the car up. We've just said goodbye to everybody on the Zoom chat. It's been lovely to chat to Lorianne and Joanna and Astrid and a few of the others. So it's just been really good, hasn't it?
It's lovely, yes.
It's such a lovely day. We've had a really lovely day. It's red hot out here, isn't it? Really hot.
It's like a walled garden, and Maggie's down there. I don't know what she's doing in the full sunshine.
Bless her.
She needs to just go and find something cool.
Yeah.
But she has to come because, can you see Maggie? Is she in there?
I don't know.
Yeah, she's there. I can see her. She's just here.
She is, bless her.
Yes.
Poppy's sensible, she's in the house.
She's actually in the house, and we've actually got a draft going through now as well. So there we go, and I will carry on sewing inside.
Right, so we'll see you, I'll see you next Friday.
See you on Friday.
Don't need you here to say you're sorry.